What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Big Cool, coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on the Joesph Parker versus Andy Ruiz fight for the vacant WBO Heavyweight title. If you haven't seen that fight, I will post a link to it in the description below. But it was a good fight. It wasn't a fight of the year type fight. It wasn't a fight that was dominated by one fighter. But in my opinion, the fighter I thought won, Andy Ruiz, was clearly the winner. And man, I just got through finished watching it. And I'm gonna tell you my scorecard before I get into breaking down what I seen from my point of view. I scored it 8 rounds to 4 for Andy Ruiz. I gave the first 3 rounds to Ruiz. The next 3 rounds for Parker. Round 7 and 8 for Ruiz. Round 9 for Parker, and 10 through 12 for Ruiz, excuse me. And Ruiz, he's a Mexican American heavyweight who's very skilled, but has conditioning or work ethic problems. He doesn't really like to have his top condition. Although he didn't gas in this fight, you could tell in the middle part of the fight he was preserving some energy for for down the stretch, which served him well. He has fast hands, fast feet, decent power, good jab. He loves to double up the jab. He has tremendous body work when he decides to throw punches to the body, and he did that a lot against Parker tonight. Parker, he's 6'4", he's 24 years old, he's from New Zealand. A lot of hype surrounding him, and to be honest, I've tried to give him chance after chance to impress me. He really hasn't. He does some good things in the ring, but he really didn't have a good performance tonight. I mean, when he threw his jab, it was like a flicker. It was like he was scared to, get hit back because he didn't really throw that jab with conviction for the most part of the fight. Sometime in the later parts of the fight, he threw that jab with conviction to try to really, get that distance and really have Ruiz feel the power of his jab. But he will also retreat back with his hands low and his chin exposed. And Ruiz caught him with straight lefts, overhand, left hooks, right hands. And that's something that Deontay Wilder does that I spoke on a few years ago, that he still does to this day. Not as bad as he used to, but that's a dangerous thing to do. As you step your level of competition up, you're going to get caught. Like Parker was getting caught tonight. Lucky for Parker, Ruiz isn't a big puncher like that, or he could have been in some trouble. I mean, but Parker has decent hand speed, decent power, but he's not fluid in his movement. He's kind of upright a little bit. He has his hands low. His jab is quick, but it's not effective. And you can tell as each step up he's looked worse and worse against Carlos Takam. That was a close fight. A lot of people thought he had lost it. And just like this fight, a lot of people thought he lost this one. And pretty much the consensus is that once he steps up to the level of a Wilder, a Fury, a Joshua, he gets blown away. And I'm in agreement with that. Like I said, he has some skills, but he's nothing too much to get hyped about. I know New Zealand is, his country is behind him, and rightfully so. But I got a couple people on my friends list that, are New Zealand or from New Zealand, excuse me, who said, even though that's my guy, Ruiz clearly won this fight. I mean, Ruiz did do some good stuff on the inside. He worked the body well. This kind of reminisces a little bit if you go back a few weeks ago when Ward fought Kovalev, in terms of when they were in the clinch, Ruiz would make it count. He would just hit Parker with 4 or 5 rights to the body, and that those body shots, they slowly but surely, start to take the gas out of you. And to Ruiz's, credit, he did do that. He did do work on the inside. He has, like I said, he had the quicker hand. He has the quicker hands, quicker feet, and you could tell when they were fighting on the inside, that's where he was more successful. I wish he would have fought like that more consistently, because, like I said, he was facing an uphill battle anyway, because he was the visiting fighter, and he would have had to really be perfect, and really dominant to win this fight. The scores were 114. One judge had it that, and the other, he was overruled by the 2 other judges who scored at 115, 113, twice for Joesph Parker. which gave him a majority decision. Like I said, Ruiz is a very good fighter. I like to see him work on his conditioning more, lose 15 to 20 pounds where he can be more fluent and have more energy and stamina throughout the course of a fight. And today was his first time going 11 and 12 rounds throughout his career so far. And he did a pretty good job. He didn't gas or anything like that. He didn't mentally check out. I thought he won this fight. I think he won this fight. I think the people in New Zealand know that Andy Ruiz won this fight. But Joesph Parker, man, I just don't see the hype, and I think that Huey Fury might be able to get him. I don't know, because that's the mandatory now for that WBO Heavyweight title. They got 3 months to negotiate that. But if Fury doesn't get him, which, that's the cousin of Tyson Fury, former heavyweight champion, Wilder, Hay, Ortiz, Parker, Joshua, they will get him. Like I said, he does some good things, has decent hand speed. His jab is good when he uses it and really uses it and doesn't fight scary. Like I said, he threw it in tonight's fight like he was facing a Wilder or Joshua, somebody that can punch, and that he was scared to really, feel that power. And his defense isn't that good. He does do some good work though to the body. I'll tell you that he landed some nice shots to Ruiz's body, but his inside game isn't strong, and I don't think he's confident when he's in there. Especially, at least it hasn't shown, in his last few fights when he stepped up against, quality competition. So those are my thoughts. I thought Andy Ruiz won the fight 8 rounds to 4. He should be the WBO heavyweight champion, but it is what it is. Good fight from both guys. It wasn't boring. It wasn't exciting, but like I said, hopefully it's a rematch. I don't think Parker will want to get in there again with Ruiz. I think Ruiz, if he comes in even more better shape than he did, I think he weighed like 255 for this fight, so he can get down to like 235, 230. He'll be good, but he's gonna be a tough out for anybody that he faces. Like, he's 6'3", he's short, but he's very skillful. Has fast hands and a good foundation. So, like I said, those are my thoughts on the fight. I scored it for Andy Ruiz 8-4. But the judges, which opinion matters at the end of the day, scored it 115, 113 twice, giving it to Joesph Parker via majority decision. He's now the new WBO heavyweight champion. Subscribe to Colossal Boxing Talk. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts on this fight. Who did you have winning and why? And who would you like to see Ruiz fight next? And what are your chances, what are Parker's chances against the upper echelon of the heavyweight division? Follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Head over to Facebook, like our Colossal Boxing Talk page. Subscribe. Like this video. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.